Now, it should come as no surprise to you all that Roblox has been on a downward trajectory for the last couple of years. And I don't mean that statistically. If anything, Roblox has been achieving higher player counts and smashing records each year. What I mean by downward trajectory is that Roblox has been slowly losing touch with their community more and more for a long time now. This has been made evident by Roblox's most recent controversy, where they've been slowly deprecating the classic 2D faces in favor of dynamic faces, where the latter are often a lot uglier than their predecessors. But it's not just this. These recent developments have caused people to go back to old posts where Roblox apparently plans to sunset their iconic blocky avatars in favor of the more humanoid ones. Although this has not come to fruition, Roblox is known for making and executing these plans years in advance. But these aesthetic changes represent something bigger. Roblox's willingness to prioritize appealing to investors over what their community actually wants, and this has led to far more serious problems. Roblox has been involved in a ton of controversies since its inception, but more recently they've come under heavy fire, getting slammed left and right by lawsuits from multiple states in the US and by huge creators on the internet. This comes after Roblox's failure and negligence to properly handle child exploitation cases and their increasing detachment from the community that made them so special in the first place. Roblox is currently facing nearly 60 lawsuits alleging they facilitated child exploitation on their platform. Since 2018, at least 24 people have been arrested for abusing children they groomed on Roblox. The situation got so bad that a 2024 report even called Roblox a quote-unquote pedophile hellscape. But here's the kicker. When confronted about predators on the platform, the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki, said they see it as, in quotes, not just a problem, but an opportunity as well. And when YouTuber Schlep decided to do something about it, catching predators through sting operations, Roblox permanently banned him in August of 2025 and sent him a cease and desist letter. Instead of addressing the predator problem, they silenced the person trying to expose it. As a result, people have moved to smaller Roblox alternatives. The alternative we'll be talking about today is a platform known as Polytoria. Polytoria is essentially what Roblox used to be, a community-driven game creation platform with a classic blocky aesthetic and, most importantly, moderation that actually works. Polytoria has gained more recognition over the years from things like Creekcraft covering the platform and, more recently, Schlep and Rubinson promoting on Twitter. However, I want this video to serve as a guide, if you will, explaining why people are even moving in the first place, as someone who's been using the Roblox platform for more than a decade, and as someone who's been on Polytoria since 2021. Naturally, hundreds of thousands of players have begun to migrate to Polytoria. A couple of days ago, they hit the 100k player milestone, which is huge for a platform like Polytoria, but soon after, they hit an astonishing 200k, and it continued to grow faster and faster. Unfortunately, with this load, their servers weren't able to withstand it, and the platform has been pretty unstable for a couple of days now. However, they're already in the middle of upgrading the servers to accommodate the newly joined players. I'm actually quite excited about this, as once the site is finally stable, people will get to experience the site for real. One thing I appreciate about Polytoria is the website. Roblox's site is infamously known for being coded poorly, and it's just become a chaotic mishmash over the years. However, Polytoria's website has a relatively nice interface, at least compared to the competition. Another thing that I really appreciate is the responsiveness. I've always gotten incredibly annoyed with how slow Roblox's site can be. Whenever I'm editing my avatar, the avatar previewer will just stop loading for no reason. The avatar customization page itself is also incredibly finicky and can be pretty annoying to work with. That's why one of the most popular games on the platform is literally a game where you can customize your avatar. Although, to give them credit, they've been improving this over the years. However, their priorities seem to lie more on their new shitty age verification system, which doesn't work very well at all. Another thing I appreciate is Polytoria's game client. But to be honest with you, their game client is nowhere near as powerful as Roblox's. I've seen some pretty insane shit made with Roblox that cannot be made in Polytoria, at least in its current state. However, what I appreciate about it is its simplicity. The Roblox client can be quite overwhelming with how convoluted the settings are, and the interface changes they've been making with it over the years have only helped alienate them from their community. However, as I'm writing this, the Polytoria team is in the middle of rewriting their client from the ground up, with new animations, a new interface, more powerful scripting, and much more. I've seen a lot of people mention this already, but I really love Polytoria's avatars. Polytoria has the iconic blocky avatars we all know and love, but the model is actually a lot more curved and the expressions are pretty adorable. Although this is more applicable to the next client, the avatar limbs bend in a way that actually looks nice and isn't so jarring, unlike Roblox. And for those who may be curious, Polytoria does have a trading economy and limited items, and in my opinion is so much more friendly to the new user than Roblox. Newly released collectible items can be quite low in price, and despite me not being a trader, acquiring rare items and increasing my net worth has been quite simple. On Roblox, the economy is pretty intimidating and not so friendly to the new user at all. To me, Polytoria is like a modern take on classic Roblox. They have many things such as events that include egg hunts, sword fighting, and many more. They also have guilds, a forum, and much more, all without the corporate bullshit. It's also hard not to appreciate Polytoria's cross-platform compatibility with their official Windows, macOS, and Linux client, which is offered through a Flatpak. Now with that said, what's your take on this? Are you fully switching to Polytoria? Are you using both platforms, or are you staying on Roblox? Let me know in the comments, and if you stuck around this long, I just want to thank you. And please consider liking this video and subscribing. See you soon.